For my presentation, I decided to do my topic on mandatory school vaccinations for schools in California. In July 2016, Senate Bill 277 in California was passed that made it mandatory for all students attending school to be vaccinated. Those who did not vaccinate their children were not allowed to attend school, and the purpose of this was to prevent infection in our community. This bill does not apply to students attending public schools or who have IEPs and are exempted, but those who are already exempted are grandfathered in until they reach their next checkpoint grade in which they will require to be vaccinated. So for example, a 5th grader will need to be vaccinated in 7th grade. This bill has created controversy for parents and community members who do not believe their child should be mandated to receive vaccinations in order to attend school. There is a concern for the violation of freedom of choice and personal beliefs with the fear that vaccinations will put their child at risk for being susceptible to infection. Enforcing mandatory vaccinations for children receiving education in a group setting is very important for public health protection. Senate Bill 277 uses the concept of herd immunity. Herd immunity is a term that's used when a good amount of the community members are protected from diseases because of vaccinations. When you herd immunize a group, you come in with the belief that society as a whole is protected because the majority of its members are immunized. So this not only protects those with the vaccination, but our members who do not have it as well. In order to make it fair, we should create a universal guideline about what is religiously exempted. We need to decide if something is appropriate to be exempted for vaccinations versus things that are not appropriate. Key stakeholders. The senator is a key stakeholder because he assists with the regulation of the bill. Also, the CDC is considered a stakeholder as well because they provide data to help support our bill and make it justified. Teachers are considered stakeholders because of the amount of time and knowledge they have on children. Also, parents are the ultimate key stakeholders because they are ultimately responsible for children and the children's well-being. Policy drivers. In order for compliance, we must provide readily accessible resources to parents to get their child vaccinated. Also, providing vaccinations at a low cost is important in order to ensure compliance and increase the amount of children who are vaccinated and attending school. In order to improve compliance, we must provide public education on vaccinations. Letting parents and community members know the importance of vaccinations can help them understand better and make more informed decisions. This can be accomplished through the news, social media, and doctor visits as well. Ethical principles. One ethical principle involved in mandatory vaccinations is autonomy. Parents are concerned that their rights are being violated because they are being told how to raise their child. Some parents do not believe mandatory vaccinations are important, while others do. Veracity is another ethical principle involved with mandatory vaccinations. In order to enhance compliance to this bill, it is essential to provide information on vaccinations that are accurate. Being transparent with our parents increases compliance and allows parents who are reluctant to make informed decisions. Beneficence is an ethical concept that means to do something for the good of the people. Creating mandatory immunizations for school children is used because we want to promote public health through preventative care. Since children are in such close contact with one another, immunizations help prevent the spread of infection. Martha Rogers' unitary theory states that humans are in constant interaction with each other and other environmental factors. By providing information on vaccinations, we can help influence the environment to promote and empower parents to make decisions to vaccinate their children. Also, Betty Newman's primary prevention concept is applicable to mandatory immunizations for children. This is applicable because it promotes health and enhances the wellness of the child and community. Through proper vaccination and education, we can increase the amount of children immunized and decrease the amount of disease outbreak in our community setting. In conclusion, mandatory school immunizations are viable in our society because it protects those with the vaccinations and those who do not have it. This helps improve and sustain our health in our community, which is why it is very important. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.